Every line you see, every spread, total, or prop, they all start somewhere. But most bettors have no idea how these numbers are actually set. Sure, injuries and weather do cause adjustments, but day to day, the biggest driver of line movement is sharp money. Known winning bettors making limit bets, shaping the prices across the market. When known sharp bettors make limit bets at sharp sportsbooks like Circa, Pinnacle, or Bookmaker, or if they put a big liquidity in prediction markets like Kalshi or Novig, the market reacts almost instantly and there is signal there. If you can read that flow, you can understand how and why prices move. You can position yourself to be on the sharp side and make winning bets long term. The betting market operates just like any other market. It's constantly adapting to new information on the field, but off the field, the sharp money is what is moving the market. When lines first open, they're softer and limits are lower. Sharp bettors find value and they immediately start betting at these prices even though limits are low. Sharp sportsbooks take this as information and they take those sharp bets and then they move the number accordingly. Early sharp action helps sportsbooks discover the true price. As confidence in that price grows, limits get higher and the market becomes much more efficient. I'm Eric from BetSmart, and recently I've been using Pick the Odds to track real-time market movements from sharp sportsbooks as well as from prediction markets. In this video, we'll break down how odds are set, why markets move, and how you can use sharp money flow to find top-down edges like professional sports bettors do. The betting market starts with a few sharp market-making sportsbooks like Circa, Pinnacle, or Bookmaker. They understand that sharp action helps them refine their betting lines, so they post openers knowing that sharps will attack. Those openers start with low limits, and as sharp sports bettors start making bets, these books then adjust the lines accordingly, and this is called the price discovery phase. Once this price discovery phase cools down, then sportsbooks raise limits knowing that the price is more efficient. When sharp books take sharp action and move numbers, then recreational books like FanDuel, DraftKings, or BetMGM, they're also watching these moves, and then they simply just follow suit. With prediction markets and exchanges now entering the industry, these peer-to-peer platforms are also part of the price discovery phase, but they're a bit more nuanced, and we'll cover that a little bit later in the video. Odds move for three main reasons: injury, liquidity, and sharp action. Limits are how much money a sharp sportsbook is willing to take on a single bet, and liquidity is how much money is in the market on a prediction market. Now that the market has moved based on new information and limits have risen, sharp money is going to be the next thing that's going to move the market. When a known winning bettor fires a max limit bet at high limits, that is a signal to the market. This is when you see the entire odds screen light up. Since limits are higher at sharp sportsbooks, generally these groups will bet there first, and then they'll try to get as much down as they can on recreational books if they're even capable, but either way, you'll see these sharp books start to move, and then the rest of the market will follow suit. What could potentially look like randomness or volatility is actually the market coming to equilibrium. Let's talk about why this all matters. Understanding how and why markets move give you context for every number you see. If you're keeping up with information entering the market and you know when limits are rising, then you can easily tell when a line move is based on sharp action rather than a player just getting ruled out of nowhere. This allows you to find stale lines at slower moving sportsbooks, giving you bets that are almost certain to have closing line value in the end. Spoiler alert, this is how professional top-down sports bettors do it. Picking off stale numbers is not difficult, and honestly anybody can do it. The difference is knowing which numbers are stale because they're slowed to move from sharp sportsbooks, and which numbers are not really stale numbers, the sportsbook just wants to be off market on these certain prices. If you want to take bets that are on the sharp side, that does not mean you just tail whatever bet that they take even after the number is moved. That means you need to get in at the exact price they got in at as well. Here's how to start applying that same framework. First off, anchor to sharp sportsbooks. Watch Circa, Pinnacle, and Bookmaker. They take limit bets that actually shape the market. Next up is to watch the timing. Early moves on openers can be impactful, but they're not as conclusive. Later moves at higher limits not only show conviction by sharp bettors, but oftentimes real sharps wait until later in the week to maximize their EV so they can get higher limits on bets they have expected value on. Next, track some of the lagging books. There are going to be recreational sportsbooks that are going to be slow to move, and that is your window to find value and align with the sharp side. With that being said, these books will limit you. There has to be some game played. You can't just go and max bet some of these line moves because then you'll cook your account. Next up is don't chase. If the line has moved, the edge is gone. The sharp side is the price the sharps bet at because pros bet numbers, not teams. So if it went from 6.5 to 7, just because you think it's a sharp move, you are not aligning with the sharp side. That is not worth betting anymore. And lastly, you need to have multiple outs. Some of your outs might limit you. Some outs might be quick to move so you can't even get down the sharp action, but you have to be able to have multiple books to exploit these inefficiencies. Being able to see these market moves in real time and understanding why they're happening will help you make better bets in the long run. With the rise of peer-to-peer exchanges and prediction markets, these companies like Novig and Kalshi add another layer to price discovery. There are times where market makers on Kalshi You're just directly copying odds from Sharp sportsbooks. But with that being said, it is a place where they can get more liquidity down, meaning if they do shade a number in a different direction, but they have more liquidity than over at a Sharp book, that also could be signal. On Pick the Odds, their liquidity view also tracks liquidity flowing through exchanges and prediction markets. These moves happen in real time and show you the liquidity and, more importantly, at what price the liquidity is available at. It also shows you the total number of contracts in the market, and again, with the price and the liquidity. This feature is a visualization of where real money is coming in and at what price. Whether it's a game line or a player prop, you can see which sides are attracting volume, how much liquidity is entering the market, and at what price. Large spikes in liquidity means a sharp bettor or group of sharp bettors just attacked the price in market, or they disagreed with an existing price and took the other side. By watching how these flows develop and seeing which sportsbooks move first, you're doing exactly what professional sports bettors, along with professional risk managers and traders in sportsbooks, are doing every single day. This is what market awareness really means, understanding why things are moving and when to attack. Let's dive into some key takeaways. Markets don't move on public betting, so throw away all those public betting split charts. They move on information and sharp action hitting the market. Price rules everything, and sharps bet on numbers, not teams. To align yourself with the sharp side, you need to bet it at the same price or better. If you're betting at a worse price, you are not on the sharp side. If you understand how prices are formed, you can recognize when you're betting with the market and not against it. Think less about who to bet and more about where the market is still catching up. The goal of sports betting is simple: beat the closing line. Do you really think you know more than the guys who are moving the market, betting limit bets all throughout the week? I don't think so. This is the essence of sharp top-down betting. Bet with the market, use it as your source of truth. This is how betting markets actually work and why sharp money and price discovery matter. If you want to see this process play out live, tools like Pick the Odds allow you to see liquidity in different markets and watch the market move real time. I'll link it in the description. You can try it for free. I'm Eric from BetSmart. If this video helps you in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post content like this all the time. For some of my other videos, check out the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.